Okay, with the 75 series cylinder captured, we're going to remove the rear bolts. And while we make sure that the rod does not come out of the cylinder, so if you're on a tool, something to hold the rod end here so it stays out and doesn't move when we take the rear head off, we want to keep that rod in place. Carefully remove it. Now we may remove these transfer tubes. Okay.
I might have to spin it.
Okay, into the tube. Okay, now we will replace the O-rings carefully with grease. We have any here.
Grab some grease.
We will reinsert them into the cylinder with the new O-rings, with the tube being nice and straight. We may also do this by taking this tube off, putting new O-rings on here, re-greasing, and then gently reinstalling that by hand. So we may put some grease on this tube here and grease the hole, and very gently reinsert that tube without using any bolts at all, and do the same thing for the other one. Again, we are not using any tools, we're just using our fingers, and it goes in very easily. The head can then be replaced by putting grease to make sure that that entry is very smooth. There's no sharp edges or anything. The head may be replaced.
Make sure you line it up the right way.
Ensuring the head is lined up properly for the proper flow. So it can be marked. Is it lined up?
Yeah, that's all. There you go.
Okay. We reinsert the bolts.
Opposite sides of each other.
And very gently tighten the bolts equal on both sides, making sure that
I got the wrong one.
O-ring fits in carefully right here. Alex. Very carefully.
Get it so they're kind of tight.
One can almost push it on by hand very carefully, and that way you're not using any very tight torquing method. Tighten the bolts up, then inspect along the grooves where the tubes enter the heads to make sure that there are no O-ring pieces or any cut O-rings that would indicate a problem.